Alright, in this video I'm going to use this Gibson SG through this Fender Blues DeVille 410. I'm going to mic it with this M160 and that M160. I put those to two APIs and two 1176s with very slight compression. I'm putting it at the normal channel at basically 25% volume. Now we're going to try out these pedals in a more structured way than I have them now, to see which order should we put these in. And there are several orders for all pedals, but some are more artistic than useful. But let's check it out now. So let's hear what it sounds like bypassed, no pedals, straight in. So everything is bypassed now. Let's see what it sounds just going through everything here. Alright, so let's see how much we lose from having the volume pedal. First, let's see if we can have the volume pedal before the fuzz. I think it's high impedance like the guitar. This is low impedance. You want that mismatch to have the fuzz working as it should. The same goes for the treble booster. It's kind of an original style treble booster that needs that mismatch. So let's see if the fuzz sounds okay. Back off, slight on the volume. Now let's ditch the volume pedal, see how much tone it steals. So it only doesn't steal tone, it kind of messes with the mismatch. So off you go. So let's see how this one sounds when you back off on the volume. That's what I like about fuzzes. It's kind of a dual function. When it's flat out, when the volume on the guitar is flat out, then you have that, Hendrix-like fuzzy quality. But when you back off only slightly on the guitar volume, you get this tone instead. And it's actually good for when you're going to play. It kind of makes the sound firmer, so you can play faster riffs than you could with just if we take it away. Whoops. It doesn't have the definition when it's not engaged. Then I think Jimi Hendrix used the treble booster after, correct me if I'm wrong, the fuzz. That's how I do it too. They need to be early in the chain because you can't have especially you can't have any buffers, and many pedals include buffers. Most Boss pedals have buffers. That's why I don't have a tuner before here. Let's check out the treble booster as well, and then we're gonna see what happens if you put the buffer in front of it. Back off on the guitar. Now I have both the Fuzz and the treble booster. I'm going to play a riff and then we're going to change the order and see what happens. It seems like a bad idea to have the treble booster first. Maybe just my treble booster. It seems to become noisier. Now compressor. Compressor should come at the beginning of the sound chain as well, but since that one includes a buffer, I'm having it after the treble boost and the Fuzz. Let's see what happens if we engage the compressor here. So I'm going to have the both Fuzz and treble booster on and see what happens here. It's good when you know, if you're live, you want to play some softer passages, and you want it to have the same, really want it to have an impact. You can use compressor, and it's especially good when you have a compressor that has so you can set with the low attack, so it can let through kind of the transient. Next thing is the wah. You can put that at a number of places. There's no kind of rule for that, but I think you should have it after the Fuzz and the treble booster at any rate. So let's see. I mean, it's really classic tone with a Fuzz and a wah. Let's listen to it. at the very end you're going to have the distortion pedals, but then you know, when you play live, you want to boost this even further, so you can use an overdrive there, and I'm using the hot tubes here. So let's check it out, both with all the others. So I'm using the Fuzz, the Treble Booster, and the hot tubes, and I'm kind of shifting between them. Let's turn off the Fuzz as well, and just try out the hot tubes. The Fuzz to see how much tone does this entire chain steal. So let's see the Fuzz inside the chain first. Right. Oh, that's it's not that much that it steals, but for some applications it's too much. Now let's check out something really interesting here. Then here is a pedal with a buffer. What happens if we? Now we're just gonna have to steal some. Backing off on the volume. It doesn't have the same properties at all. You know, it's like an annoying distortion pedal instead. Let's take that away. Let's do the same with the Treble Booster. Then distortion pedals you usually put at the end of the volume and you know, gain part of the chain. distortion pedal is basically just a boost if you just use the volume pedal, or you use the volume knob. But if you also use the actual distortion, you get clipping, diode clipping, and that's kind of a big manipulation of the tone. You don't want to do that too early. It's gonna remove lots of information that you want the other pedals to have. So distortion goes last in the volume and gain chain. Then after that, you put modulation pedals, but like phasers and flangers and choruses and so on. But that's not necessarily it either, because Van Halen, for instance, had, obviously, since he didn't use the distortion pedal, he had his phaser before the amp, so that it gives it a more dramatic tone when the actual phaser goes through the gain. The gain adding as well. Reverb and delays and so on, I prefer to put in the FX loop if the amp has one. But I'm going to turn this. But that can also be cool, especially to have a tape delay before the amp. So you get that big distorted tone, especially with a short slapback tape delay.